here with another edition of Conversations and Connections. And again, we're the official podcast of the Family Crisis Center of East Texas. I'm Stuart Burson, the prevention coordinator for the agency. And today, Rebecca Martinez is with me. She is our SFA campus advocate, and I don't know whether to say new campus advocate because you've been here for quite a while now. Since when? When have you been here?
I got hired on in April, and I actually interned with you guys for about 2 semesters. So I'm pretty well adjusted.
And I guess I'm thinking new advocate because you got hired on in April, probably as the school semester was kind of winding down, and there was COVID and all of that, and so you probably haven't had too much time yet to really spend a lot of time on campus. I know you've been on campus. But
I haven't gone and just I've maybe set up my office and maybe met a few people, but to actually work with the college, peers and everything,
sure.
I haven't gone about that.
Well, so you are the newest member of the prevention team here at the agency, so I appreciate that and welcome aboard because Rebecca and I will be doing lots of things together. We've done some stuff so far at the Boys and Girls Club, and we've been doing some SFA orientation tabling and things like that. So what I want to ask you, I guess, first of all, is from your perspective, you're brand new. Tell me what your duties are as a campus advocate. You're the SFA campus advocate. What does that mean?
That means I really just help college students maybe find peace with situations that have to do maybe with unhealthy relationships, whether it be domestic violence or anything along those natures of sexual assault as well. I just try to help them be as okay with the situation as possible and meeting them where they're at. So if they're having a rough time with it, obviously, I would hope and pray they would seek services with me where I can just allow them to breathe with the situation.
So when you say, seek services, what does that entail? Let's say if someone has encountered a situation, whether it be a situation with dating violence, sexual assault, and they come to your office, what are some of the things that you're going to do?
Well, first off, I'm going to ask, I'm going to make sure they're okay mentally because, let's be honest, trauma can hit anyone differently, and a lot of people handle trauma differently. But if they did come to my office, I would try to make a safety plan and make sure their well-being on campus is still okay, where that means also that they can still continue to go to classes, or we can do modifications where if it's a face-to-face class, I could help them move to maybe a hybrid class where they only go on Tuesdays, not Tuesdays and Thursdays per se. I would much rather help them feel comfortable with the situation as much as possible.
Sure. Okay. Awesome. And I think it's important for people to know, I still think probably a lot of folks in the community probably don't even know that we have an office at Stephen F. Austin State.
Well, you have to think, I used to work at SFA, and I never knew openly that we had a family crisis center on campus. I never knew that. I knew that there was a counseling service, and I also knew that there was Title IX, but I never knew the depth of a family crisis center being on campus.
And where's your office at?
Yeah, it's the 3rd floor of the McKibben building. Right next door to Surf and Steve.
Got you. Okay, excellent. So, again, you are the campus advocate, so you provide the advocate services like you described, and you're also part of the prevention team. And we've talked about prevention here on the podcast, and your debut on the podcast was a little while ago when we had the prevention team here at the table kind of talking about consent. How important is it to you to talk to college students about prevention topics?
I think it's definitely, I believe it's something very important because I know that there are a lot of college students maybe that this is their first time leaving home, and just something I grew up with is that education is key, and I know it's a hard topic to talk about, and I know it's a lot of eye rolls or a lot of I already know this or I know that. But I really think if you can get through to them, I really believe that it could change the outlook of a college experience. I firmly believe that.
Yeah.
So I think just talking to them admitting that this is a hard topic to talk about, or admitting that, hey, I understand you may not want to come through, forth because whoever did it is someone that you really do like, and maybe you don't want to admit it right now. But I think just education is key.
Well, I think it's very important and I try not to be stereotypical, but college students, I feel like it's very important when you do prevention work on college campuses to be as real as you can.
Yeah.
We don't really, in prevention, we really don't talk a lot about abstinence per se. You kind of, hey, college students are going to do what college students do. And if they're going to do that, you need to prepare them and arm them with things that are going to make their lives healthier. And that has to do with prevention. That has to talk to them about consent, talk to them about bystander intervention. And I get what you mean about the eye rolls, and I've said that before. When you're talking about consent, especially to college students, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Well, but because we're not, but they're 18, 19.
Don't say we are.
Yeah, we're not. That was my fault. But, I mean, it's a hard topic. I mean,
right.
I'm sure it's a hard topic in high school nowadays. I mean, no one wants to talk about sex or saying, hey, may I kiss you? With A, strangers, B, parents, and why the hell would you want to talk about it when you go off to college thinking that you're an adult now?
Right.
And the next thing you're sitting through is a lecture of me saying, hey, make sure you have consent before,
right.
you kiss this pretty girl or you kiss this guy.
And ask for consent every step step of the way. And I think that's where a lot of times they're like, oh, really, that kind of kills it. And I get it. So what is it that you really hope to accomplish as an advocate for college students? And you may have already touched on that in your previous answers, but I just kind of want to go back a little bit. As an advocate for college students, what do you want to see happen?
Oh, man. That's kind of a broad statement, but I would just I know this sounds like in a perfect world, but I would want safety. I would want unconditional acceptance of what happened or what took place. I want believing. I want awareness. I want that comfort of, hey, if I come through with this or come forth with this, I really am going to be taken care of. I won't be another statistic. I don't want it, whether it's females or males on campus, I don't want them to feel like they have to be another statistic who falls into that binge drinking or falls into that high depression or that high anxiety. No, I want them to firmly believe that as a facility on campus that we really can navigate them to be as healthy, I guess not as healthy, but be themselves with their situation as much as possible, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important for, for college students to know that if they're an adult and they come to you with an issue that, I think we both have this stuff in our throat this morning, that as an adult, if they come to you, it stays between you and that student. I wonder if sometimes they think if they come to you, well, it's going to be reported to campus or it's going to be reported to the police or it's going to be reported to Title IX. And of course, you can do that if they want you to do that. But it's different if they're a minor where you're a mandatory reporter. Right. If they're an adult and they come to you, I think it's important for the students to know that if they don't want this incident to be reported,
it doesn't have to.
It can stay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Between you,
and that's why I said earlier, just education is key. And I believe if you meet with that client, or when I do meet with that client, I don't want to, but if I have to, I do stretch that. I mean, I would stress that to any of my friends, whether it was a situation that I had to be a friend on or have to be a professional on. It would stay between us unless you want me to go forward with whether that's a professor or campus police department or, part of the head person of your dorm, whatever it is.
No, sure.
It will stay between us. And if you say stuff that you feel that, hey, it doesn't make sense in my head, but I have to just blurt it out and whatever it is, I'm not going to look at you any different. I'm going to give you applause for coming to me, seeking services, or even just telling someone and accepting,
Right.
what's going on, I guess.
Sure. What do you think would be the unique challenges to being an advocate? Because, we have advocates here at our main office in Lufkin for all of our clients. All of our clients have access to what we call an advocate. But specifically being an SFA advocate for the college students, what are the unique challenges, do you think?
Oh, my goodness.
For that?
I think just being listened to. I mean, because I think that you're going to have a few friends that really hone it in and really take my presentations or my education and they hold on to it. But I think you'll have other people maybe just go, it is what it is. Like, whatever, I don't have to listen to this. Mm-hmm. So I really think the biggest challenge will be just finding that happy medium. And even if I could just get one client out of the whole talk, I mean, yeah, that's a positive. But I think the challenge that I'm going to face is just being listened, heard.
Yeah.
And not, that couldn't happen to me. Or I'm a guy, I don't need to listen to this. No, like.
Sure. Listen. Well, and I think again, going back to being a realist, I try to put myself in a college student's shoes, and I think back to my college days, and I see someone, how interested would I be in listening to someone talk to me about consent or bystander intervention? And so I almost think one of the challenges is, dealing with the college culture.
The college culture, I'm sure if you ever watched Animal House, that's the only reference I can go to, but that is the college culture, especially nowadays, if not more now than it was back then, that mindset is completely, hey, we're going to go to a frat party Friday, and then Saturday we're going to go to the football game. Like, their mindset is literally one day at a time.
Yeah.
So when you do talk to those students, or if you do talk to those organizations, or to whatever it may be, it could really easily, I guess, not backfire, but not be held on to, I guess.
Sure. So let's talk a little bit about you. Are you from East Texas? Are you from this area?
I am from Nacogdoches, actually, born and raised. I went to a small school outside of Nac. It's called Douglas. I didn't have a whole lot of students in my class, but I grew up a lot in Nacogdoches and grew up around the campus, and I have a lot of people within my family that work on the campus, so I'm really familiar with the campus, but now being the advocate, it's just a different experience.
So where did you go to college?
I just went to Angelina. Next fall, not this fall, but next I'm actually starting online classes at SFA as that. Yeah.
Okay. So you have you have an associate's.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
In what?
In human services.
Human services. Okay. Awesome. Why did you choose this career path? I asked that with especially a lot of our coworkers who've been on the show, because if anybody knows the things that go on at the Family Crisis Center, well, in any type of social service position, it can be very trying and it can be stressful, dealing with other people's issues and the problems that they're going through in their life, and you're trying to advocate for them, to help them. What made you decide to try to take this on?
I don't know. I just remember from a very young age, I've always wanted to help people. I've always had that sensitivity where I feel really bad for people who are hurt. So I guess I just grew up and followed what I wanted to do, which is just help people and make people understand that they're not alone, and I guess empower. I mean, I guess I just grew up as an empath. I mean, looking back, I probably was a softie, but I think it's just, I just wanted the people to be okay. Like, I can remember wanting my friends to be okay, or wanting my parents or my brother, like whoever it was. I just always wanted their feelings to be okay. So I think I just wanted to, I guess, I know this sounds hippie-ish, but spread my love and accept, let people.
Yeah.
I guess. Okay. I don't know.
No, that's perfect. That's perfectly legit. Awesome. All right. And not to confuse everybody, your email is rmyers, but you are actually Rebecca Martinez.
Yes.
So, just newly minted
yes,
Martinez.
Newly. Still accepting it.
Well, congratulations. All right, Rebecca, thanks so much for being on the show, and looking forward to working with you with all of our prevention activities on campus.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Rebecca Myers, our SFA campus advocate.
Martinez.
Rebecca, see there, you're all see. You need to get that email changed. That's already confusing me.
I'm sorry.
I just want to let you know, if you have a question or a comment about the show, you can email us at conversationsandconnections@fccet.com. And also, if you feel like you need our services, and you could probably actually get a hold of Rebecca if you needed to through our toll-free 24-hour-a-day hotline. And that number is 1-800-828-7233. That's 1-800-828-7233. And also would love for you to subscribe to Conversations and Connections. You can subscribe via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or the podcast service of your choice. And remember, as always, be the voice, if not for you, for someone else.